So today what I'm working on is I'm going to be putting a brake controller in my 97 F250. This is a 7.3 power stroke, and this has needed a brake controller for a long time. I've been using my 350 over there to tow, and that truck's been down for a month and a half now, and I realized I can't go without having a truck that I can tow. So I'm going to put a controller in this one. That way I can tow my trailer with both trucks if something happens to the other. So from Ford, these came already pre-wired for a brake controller. So you plug your brake controller in here. So I don't have a plug connector for this, for my brake controller. This is my controller right here, which I just had. And these wires here are just bare. So I'm just going to cut these and I'll end up hard wiring these. But for now, I'm just going to do a test kind of. And I'll put some wire caps on here. And just to make sure this thing's getting power and everything's kind of wired up the way it should. Put a cap on my ground here just because I don't want to short anything out, touch these wires. Whoa. It's about the worst wire cutters of all time. Yeah, so this red wire is power. That's where you get your power from. This white wire is your ground. That's why this is lighting up. So your green here is for your brake. So as I hit the brake, that's what lights this up. So that tells the controller how much power to put out as you're hitting the brake to use the trailer brakes. Blue wire, this is what goes back to your trailer. So I'm going to try my controller here, which these wires are a little backwards. The black wire on this should be your power, and this white should still be ground. You can see the little light there coming on my controller, so I think that's working. Alright. Alright, so that's getting power. That's working. So I'm going to wire that up permanently. I'm just making sure everything's going to work here first. Alright, so I'm in the back of the truck here now where the trailer plug's going to go. So this truck already has... Get water in my face. God damn it. So the wiring is 7 plugs. You got one that's a ground, you have your brake lights and turn signals, which is 2 of them. You have reverse, which would be your 4th. You have power down to the controller, and then you have another wire, the blue wire that controls how much juice goes into the brakes. And then one of these is also your running lights. And I'm going to be really, really happy if these wires have power here, so I don't have to go through the entire truck figuring out what's hooked up where. So I'm going to turn the headlights on and the turn lights, and we'll see if we got anything here. I got nothing. Damn it. Let me take these caps off. How are those so stuck in there? Putting that there. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I got running lights. That's good. What do I got for power? Oh, I got power! Let's try the blinkers. So this yellow should... Alright, that one blinks. Let's try the other one. Green. Alright, we're blinking there. I'm going to block up that brake. And in theory, I should have, because I have power here, should have power to the blue. And I believe this black one must be a backup light. So I have running power, brake light, I have power down here. I have power down here. And this blue. And I got power to the blue! Hell yeah. Alright, good. Alright, so this is all wired up, ready to go. I got lucky. My other truck I had to run a wire too, so. I mean, this is kind of a wiring nightmare. I should really get rid of these connectors in here, because those will probably go bad at some point, but it's working right now, so I'm not going to mess with it. So my plug's over here, and I just got to get these wired up. I don't know if they're going to quite reach. So now this plug came with a bed that I got here, and I'm not sure if it works or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip the ends of all these wires, and I'm going to put power to them, and then I'll just double check the out. I'm going to test each wire coming through the plug over here. So I know my orange wire is my power down to here. So what I have is just this wire with 2 clamps on it. I'm just going to hook it up here. And then to each wire, start with this one. I got power there. I'll try each one. Alright, that one's got power. Alright, each of those have power, so that's good. So basically I just got to wire this up to all those wires and be good to go. Of course these wires are too short here. Although I could just extend every wire, I guess. God, they're so close. Alright, so what I got here is your bottom left is your ground. So this top right should be power. That is power all the time. So this is your 2 brake lights, left and right, and then left and right blinker. Running lights, and this is your blue wire that controls your brakes for your trailer. And then your middle one here is for your reverse light, which I don't have one on my trailer, but it's hooked up anyway. So, and I tested them all. I got power to each one, so we're good to go. So all my wiring's set on this truck, but I need to put a hitch on here. This hitch here sits down too low. My trailer's tall, so it sits up, I want it about up here, especially when I have my excavator on there. And I can't move this pintle hitch up anymore, because otherwise I can't lock it down. And really this bed sticks out too far. So if I use my normal pintle hitch, like that needs to go in much farther. But then I can't open and close this, so I got a new hitch, a much taller one. So I got a new step hitch. Which that's where it'll stick out to. What I want to do is I'm actually going to flip it around. That's actually perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that around, and then I'm going to try and bolt this part of the frame into here and make that super rugged. So I am probably going to have to cut a little bit of that out. Yeah, so I have to cut a little bit of this out so that this bar can slide in there. Oh, that worked good. Alright, so that worked out pretty good. I did drop this down one more level there. I'd say that leveled my load out a little bit more. I do need to weld something on this hitch here. This broke from my safety chains. Alright, I cut a little piece of rebar I'm going to put in there. Just weld that in. Alright, that should be pretty good on there. That's just for the safety chains anyway. Only for the safety chains. Alright, I just pulled that machine down the road. That did okay. The Mini's about all this old Ford could probably take. But the hitch held up, so I can use this now. I'll have two trucks to tow with.